What's up, YouTubers, Dragon Ball Z fans out there? This is Virgo, and today we're going to do another prelim pro tips. So, preliminary pro tips part 2. Now, I guess the first thing I'm going to start with is your builds, your character builds. You want to make sure you have a dedicated character build based on to how you want to play. So, for example, at some point I plan on making a pretty much glass cannon Frieza race. Since Frieza race is inherently fast, I'm just going to beef him up on attack, give him some health so he won't die in one hit, and raise his stamina through the roof, and then give him Kaioken. And what that makes for is a combo machine, an escape machine, and basically boost on attack during key moments. Now, one thing I was watching a few streams last night. Once again, I was watching Triz Megastus. I think I got it closer this time. I'll leave his link in the description. This is on Twitch. One of the people he was playing kept getting frustrated, and when you get frustrated, it causes you to lose. Like, there's very few people, like I do tournaments and things like that, there's very few people who get frustrated and actually play better. For the most part, when you get frustrated, that usually takes you completely out of your game. Don't get frustrated. Keep a calm head, no matter what the energy levels look like, no matter what the power bar looks like, no matter if your opponent's spamming. Keep a clear head so you can develop a strategy to beat them. The next thing, one thing that I've learned about this game, since I have played it before, is the controls are way different from any other fighting game, any other game period that I've ever played. It's not intuitive like Tenkaichi was. It's like actually learning how to play Ace Combat. You know, like you got to learn. So you got to become accustomed to your controls. Get that muscle memory up. You got to know your combos. Each character has a set, a combo set basically, and from those combos you can make more combos on your own using your vanishes and your homings and all that stuff. So learn your combos. You know, it doesn't take too long just to hop in, do a one-on-one with a computer with high health, and practice combos on the computer. Also practice what to do when someone escapes your combo. Don't look for the easy way out of anything. I've seen people who are losing then immediately go into the death ball spam, but fun fact, they actually just patched the death ball, so it doesn't look like you can link it as much as you could before. So never look for the easy way out, because when you try a cheap tactic, and if it's well known, people will find a way around it within a week, as we have seen with the death ball spam. Next thing, spacing and key management. We went over this in the first video, so I'm just going to lightly touch this, but you want to keep your space, keep your distance, manage your key and your stamina. Don't vanish the first thing that you get hit twice, vanish. Sometimes you want to eat a combo, but you guys are going to do what you want to do. And next thing, you want to pick moves that complement your playstyle and combos. And I understand that a lot of people are going to look at me like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? To be perfectly honest, don't make a physical character who has Kamehameha, 10 times Kamehameha, Big Bang Kamehameha, Death Ball. If you're going to make a physical character, give them physical moves. If you're going to make a key-based character, give them key-based moves. If you're going to make a balanced character, give them both types. Don't just lean towards what everybody else is using. This game can be completely balanced, but a lot of people aren't looking for the correct ways out. They aren't actually looking. This game's not just going to be easy for you to win. Now, I'm not going to make it easy for you to win anyway. Next thing, you want to have at least one other build for your 3v3 games. The reason I say that is 3v3 completely changes the schematic of battle. So if I were going in with, let's say, an all-around character, and I used Kamehameha Wave so I could put it in my combos, I might switch that over to a nuke attack like Spirit Bomb or Beers' Ball of Destruction for crowd control, basically. Next thing, I do want to go more in depth about vanishes. For anybody who doesn't know, vanishes take up 2 bars of your stamina, and you don't want to waste them. If you guys remember when Naruto first came out, and you had substitution, what people kept doing, they get hit twice, they sub. Then the next person would get hit twice, and then they sub. And so what happens is the first person who subbed automatically loses that battle, and you have to understand that. Sometimes when you vanish, you want to move back, you want to backpedal. Sometimes when you vanish, you don't want to immediately start punching. Sometimes you want to throw a ki blast out there. Sometimes when you vanish, you want to throw a freezing attack or a trap attack out there. There's so many options that you can do. Don't just vanish and immediately start trying to start up a combo, because then your opponent will just vanish and continue theirs. And then you'll keep doing that. Next thing, I've been watching a lot of streamers online, and a lot of people don't know when to rush people, and they don't know when to play defensively. So a big thing that has showed up now is, and this is getting a lot of complaints, is basically the regen health Z-Soul. People have issues with that, and all you got to do is actually rush the person. And somebody says, well, what if they just boost dash away? You throw ki blast at them to box them in, and then you close in on them. You walk them down. It's not that difficult. I've done it before. I've seen people do it before. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. I'm not the best in the world. I just know a lot. Above all, never ever give up. No matter, like, if your character is still alive and that finish screen has not come up and you don't see you lose, don't give up, because you can always come back. And if you don't believe me, look at can't remember what match it was, but it was Daigo and Street Fighter Third Strike. It's a famous story, but just never give up. When your back's against the wall, always try to fight your way out. Learn how to poke and to box in people. I just covered in boxing in with like ki blast earlier, but there are also, I believe Ginyu has like trap attacks. There are slow moving attacks that allow you to cut off certain areas of your opponent's path to you. So you should learn how to do things like that. You've also got Nappa's Bomber, which forces your opponent to move. You want to find moves. If you want to be good at this game, you got to find moves that are going to make your opponent move and make them do what you want to do. All a fighting game is imposing your will onto your opponent. Point blank, period. Next thing, your scouter shows the ki and the stamina of your opponent. Now, you can't see it in online multiplayer. You can't see their ki and stamina by looking at a bar. But if they're far away, you can pull up your scouter for a second and say, oh, they have no stamina. Oh, they have no ki. Keep in mind that vanishes cost 200 stamina, and certain attacks cost 100 and 300 for ki. This is easiest thing ever. And my last point I want to make is you want to pay attention to the Z-Souls. Most people are like, well, how am I going to know my opponent's Z-Soul? Whenever it activates, it actually shows up. You want to glance over and read what it is. And when you check the skill shop or your Z-Souls, your bag of Z-Souls, it'll tell you what it does. So certain ones that you feel may give you trouble, you want to remember what they do. And it's really easy because they're remembered by Dragon Ball quotes and characters. So it's real easy. So like if you see, I am no longer Kami nor Piccolo, they're regenerating health, which means you want to rush them down. And the point of finding out what their Z-Soul is you find out a lot of their strategy. Z-Souls tend to reveal a lot of strategy, and you want to immediately disrupt that strategy, force them out of their strategies. It's simple, and it takes practice, but it's simple. It's a basic, and you guys can do it, and I believe in you. So keep that in mind. So this has been Preliminary Pro Tips Part 2. If you find anything helpful in this video, please like. If you find anything that makes sense in this video, please like. Comment and subscribe with your opinions and your questions. I'm here to answer everything. We got 3 days until this game comes out, and I am hype. Like, I am really hype. I sound tired because I am, but I am so hype. So, like, I'm looking forward to playing you guys. I will be on PS4. If you want my PSN, just ask politely in the comments below. Subscribe to me. I need those subscribes. My life is a chip in your pile. Ante up.